Hello and welcome back to Marine for TCG. My name is Joe. Drink of the day is coconut water with extra coconut. And today I wanted to try out Kuzan with the new cards. Primarily, this new Garp. This new Garp is basically the exact same card as this Garp, except it doesn't trash one on play, so slightly worse. But you get to play exactly the same targets for 2 Don less. Yes, he has a worse stat line, 6-6, but it's also a 1k. Man, this is just better than this Garp. This is just straight up better. But first, I need to tell you that this weekend, starting today, Sleeve Chief are having a 2-for-1 sale on their holo card sleeves. That's right, today, starting at 8 PM Central European time, there will be a 2-for-1 sale on all Sleeve Chief's holo card sleeves, including some of my favourites, the Nus Duro sleeves, and also these Gear 5 crew sleeves. Some pretty spicy designs. And if you do buy anything from the website, you can use code MARINE for a further 5% discount. And thank you to Sleeve Chief for sponsoring this video. I do still think the 8-cost has his place in matchups like Nami, where you need to just play as many big characters as possible. This guy being a 6k versus this being an 8k does make this one significantly better on the following turns. But in general, I think this card is just stronger. Even on 8, you can play this and still have Dons for either playing a Kobe blocker or just holding Dons for Pheasant Peck to be more defensive. And I'm trying out a bunch of the different targets for these guys. Sakazuki, I think, is quite often the one you want to see first off your first Garp to get that cycle every turn and also just get the free 2 draws. It's really good. And Kuzan is probably the second best. Just freezing a guy and getting out of the aggression is great. Into many decks in the format. The fact this hits anything, it's just better than Boa because it can even hit Luffy. What a treat. I have been trying out the Aramaki. I haven't had a chance to play into any of the decks where I think this is going to be powerful. Those are things like Blackbeard and GU Luffy, because getting rid of those little 2 costs every turn just gives you a lot of value. And then he gets free power to potentially swing into your opponent's stuff, which is pretty cool. And being an 8k blocker is a lot better when you come down on 6 compared to when you come down on 8. So I do think this guy may well have a place in the deck now, but I wasn't really able to showcase him that well in these games because people are mainly just playing the new decks, or the decks that got buffed by the new starter decks in the unlimited queue. So what a good variety of lower cost plays as well. Bluegrass is usually the best thing you can be doing on 4, but Sengoku is perfectly valid as well. It goes +1 in hand immediately, which is just brilliant, and gets you towards that Garp combo. You really do need to see this on 6 now. Bluegrass, by contrast, is good into the 1-drop decks, into Teach, into Enel, just getting rid of the weenies. And then the cycle every turn is nice to sort of, again, progress you towards your Garp combos. And also filter out bricks, because we do play a good amount of bricks in this deck. Isho is incredible when it is live. It's another very valid target for Garp. The fact this is a 5/7 is crazy, man. Gives you a trash 2, draw 2. Your opponent loses 2 cards. And then the power down you get once this guy hangs around on the board is just exceptional for battling for board. Any deck that wants to swing with you, even this can make 6-cost Enels like targetable, which is wild. The other new cards, the Borsalino and the Sakazuki, are not on the sim yet. The Sakazuki I'm interested to try over Bluegrass, or maybe sort of alongside Bluegrass, go 2-2, something like that. He does have counter, which is nice, but his stat line is worse, and I think his effect is equivalent. So I'm not sure if he's going to be better than Bluegrass or not. The Borsalino is also not in the sim. I think that is a strict upgrade on the Suru. This occasionally came up in the past. It just doesn't come up anymore. Everyone's playing searchers, and we don't really have good ways to deal with them. Like, you can play Smoker to deal with your opponent's weenies and then play Suru, but then you are just playing out 2/2ks to do a bit of board clear, which in many situations this card is just not very good. So I think the new 6-cost Borsalino will probably just be better than Suru. The new Smoker is cool. Into GU Luffy, this is going to be a godsend if you see this early doors. Into a lot of other decks, it's less relevant, but it can still come up into Blackbeard to get rid of Vasco shots. It can still come up into Enels, of course, to get rid of all of their priests. I am trying out the Kobe. He feels fine. You can play this early game to get a little bit of cycle. If you whiff to Shigi on 2, Kobe is a very acceptable alternative to start your cycle through the deck. And he's also a blocker. And later on, if you're on sort of 8+ Don, you can play Garp into something and still have a couple Dons for Kobe if you just need a bit of cycle or a chump blocker. This Trash 2 Draw 1, I think I underrated it a little bit in my video. I don't think the card's crazy, but it is, I think, worth a couple copies. And finally, for our events, we've got 4 counter events. It's just, you play this card. You just play this card. If you played Kuzan, you know the Pheasant Peck. You get to trash a brick and be 4k counter for very little cost. The trigger's also nice as well. Trash 1, draw 2. What a treat. And finally, Ice Time. Chaining this is broken. But even just one of these, once you've established a board, denying 2 things from attacking for 1 card. It's crazy, man. This card's wild. Can't wait till we get this alt art, because this alt art looks sick. And this is coming in best selection 7 at the end of July, 6 at the end. It's the one at the end of July, and I will be needing a playset of these for my Kuzan deck. I have a bit more discussion at the end, but I think this Garp is exceptional. I think this is a huge buff for the deck. You're basically just giving him 2 ramps for free. When you're able to play like Garp into Sakazuki, Garp into Aramaki, even if it's Garp into Kuzan to play something else you could have played on 6, you just get another guy. You just get one more guy. And it's a 6k stat line, so it's harder to clear than your leader is. And it has counter, man. This card's awesome. It even helps with the bricks, because you get to cut a couple of these Garps. Or even maybe you'll cut all 4 of them eventually, I don't know. So you even have slightly less bricks in this deck, and that was this deck's biggest issue with the bricks. I love this card. This card is brilliant. The other cards in the deck, pretty decent, but yeah, this Garp's a game changer. Going into Mihawk. He loves first, but we love second. I don't know what's best. Let's just take second. Kobe on 2, Sengoku on 4. It's not bad. I think that's pretty playable. I think this is pretty playable. We should have a good... That card's bad. I don't like that one. Let's go to that. We drew some Garps. Good stuff. And then... It took me a moment there because it happened so fast. I thought we only drew 1. But, yeah, it's chill. No blocker result. We'll just take this one. Sure. Fordon, we don't really have we don't have a Bluegrass. That's fine. We'll play out our Sengoku. Tossing... I think we're going to want this Garp. I'm going to toss the second Isho. What do I want off my targets? I think we'll take the 1k. Oh, no, I can't take Sengoku. Actually getting pretty bad, some kind of bad targets here. That's okay. I think we just take Sakazuki. I don't think it matters. I'll take the Sakazuki for an option. And I guess I'll take Kuzan. I don't think I ever want another Garp. Do I? Maybe. I'm going to take the Kuzan. I think the Kuzan's going to be potentially good. I don't know. We never want the Bluegrass. If I could take the Sengoku, I would. Raging Tiger is also not particularly. We'll swing for 6. Kind of don't have a lot of counter, but we should start drawing 2Ks soon, that means. See what 5 cost he plays on 5. Smoker. Okay, Smoker's pretty reasonable. Is that a reason to play Garp? Garp Smoke? Garp Kuzan even? I think we'll take once more. I want to leave this here for the banish swing, hopefully. Because I think I'm playing Sakazuki here just to get the draws and get the value on the board. The Isho is also kind of tempting, you know, just to scam a couple cards and get the power down going. Because power down is great into Mihawk. We could go Garp Isho. Let's go 5. Takes. The Isho will also get us a Trash 2, Draw 2. I think I'm actually going with the Isho. And I'll toss the... one of the Sakazukis, and I think a Raging Tiger. No, he has to lose 2 cards. Then we'll get 2 back. Okay, we got a 2k. Really hoping he can't rest this blocker. because I want this to block the banish swing. It's already a little low on counter. He obviously has a lot of 2Ks that can do it. The new Zoro, I believe, can hit this, although I'm not actually sure if that's in the sim yet. So there's that. And the Apu, of course. Another smoker is pretty cringe. Laboon as well. Okay, well, we showed him the Raging Tiger, which made him play Laboon, so that works for me. Yeah, you can only use one of these per turn. 8. I'll take the 8, and then we'll block the smoker swing, I think. Ooh. No, this can't actually return anything. So he just has to rest a card, so we'll go no trigger on that. That's fine. Doesn't swing it. Okay, he respects the Isho with the power down. Interesting. Sure. And do we want to play... Which Garp do we want to play? Because I think I'm playing the Kuzan. To stun at least one of them. It's a little annoying I don't have a Pheasant Peck. I might play the Tashigi to try and find one. And then commit to playing the 6-cost Garp and leaving one Don open. Yeah, give me a Pheasant Peck. That's what I wanted. And then we'll go 6-cost Garp. Over this. How do we have this? Is it Sakazuki just to draw more cards and get the cycle as well? I actually think it's Sakazuki. We draw another 2k, that's good. That's trash. Bluegrass. Put a Don on Isho. The only reason I'm doing it like this is because I really want the extra cycle on another one of these bricks. We'll go 5. Then we'll go 6. Then we'll go 8 and trash one, draw one. And I think the target for the trash is a Kuzan. We get a 1k off of it, that's nice. Then we'll end the turn. He's up to 9. He can play out his Mihawk. Can stop something from resting. But yeah, we've now got 11 cards in hand. We need to use this Kobe this turn. Otherwise, because we're just going to end up playing over it. Likely. Although we are sort of entering the phase of the game where we can just sort of spam Ice Time. And go with that. DMG is a good card, and that means no 9-cost Mihawk. No, that's not true. So he can restand 1 here. Could he DMG and go for game? Okay, Odin stuns the Isho. Okay, yeah, I see you. We're probably going to eat some kind of banish here. We'll give 2k 1k. Maybe we're not eating any banish, actually. No, I don't think we are. We're eating a swing, but we get out of the banish. Actually, no, we get to keep everything. What a treat. These 2 Dons for events, I guess. Sure. Well, we can leave a bunch of Dons open and just play Ice Time here. And Pressure Face. So let's start with 7. I know he has the Dons, but I still think 7 is fine. Okay. So we're going to have 5 for this. I want to leave up probably want to leave up quite a lot for these events, you know? Let's go down to a 6. Oh. We can just go for it, surely. Let's go for an 8. Okay, Racc.Cosm. I could have probably gone for it there, but we also just don't need to. Because we can Ice Time these fellas. Trash a Garp. Stun these. Draw another one. Sure. Trash a Kuzan. Don here. Sure. We'll just leave 4 Don open. Swing 6. And then pass. And that should be the game. He whiffed a top end on his 9 Don turn. But the smokers were like kind of threatening, but also kind of not threatening. I don't know, it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird. No, my Kobe can't rest. Oh no. Right? I have 3 pheasant pets. Just trash a 1k there. And there's the concession, yeah. Yeah, even if you played this Lorpo and like freezes the Saka, we still just have 4 swings and he has nothing. Quite compelling win against Mihawk actually. We just got to go really wide, really fast. The E-Show trick getting rid of 2 cards I think was a good play. Because it just reduced the amount of resources he had by quite a lot. I'm not sure how I feel about this Smoker. I'm guessing he's trying out the new 6-cost Mihawk. Yeah, there it is. So the Smoker is a good target for that. But yeah, I don't know. We only got to stun them once. That we just kind of countered all the banish swings. The Kobe never fucking did anything. But that's fine. Finding the pheasant peg off the Cheeky was big. And just this 6-cost Garp, man. God's so good. I love it. Got a game into Luffy. Let's take second. We've got Sengoku. We don't have a ton else. We're relying on this Sengoku to draw us a lot. I think I'm going to mulligan. Okay, we're kind of in the same position, but slightly worse. It is what it is. Maybe if he swings relatively big, we'll use an Ice Block Pheasant Peck here. Yeah, in fact, I think I will. Let's just use this. Buff this. Toss the Aramaki. We're not going to need him for ages. But we have the option of Bluegrass or Sengoku. I really want to see Garp next turn, so I'm going to go with Sengoku, I think, here. Yeah, we'll deploy this. We'll toss the Bluegrass. We're not going to get a chance to play it. We don't get 6-cost Garp. We'll take a Toshigi. And I think I'll take an 8-cost Garp to have it. Or a counter card in the Pheasant Peck. Don't think we're going to get to use this for a couple of turns. I'm going to take the Garp to have it. We draw 1. It's not really what I wanted. 6-cost Garp? Okay, we do get it. Good, good. Would have liked one of those Kuzans instead of probably like the Sakazuki, but it's fine. And then we'll swing for 5. He's going to take, and then we'll pass. We'll see how much he combos out on 5, right? They can play 4 characters, they can play 1 character. You just never know. Okay, it's 2. This is the sort of mid-ground. We're going to be taking 2 swings here. This one and... yeah, we're going to be taking 2 swings here. So, it doesn't really matter whether we take this one or not. Sure, we got a Sakazuki. Yeah, we're going to be taking this swing as well. And then... oh, do I want to cycle? Yeah, I do think I want to use that to cycle. We've got too many breaks in hand. We'll toss the Isho. And then we've got at least another 2k there. And I'll give the Suru here. We can't take too many. Okay. We'll go 3 to 3. Very nice. And we'll go Garp. Play out. I think it's Sakazuki. I don't think it's ever Isho. The cycle from Isho would be nice. And it does chew through a bunch of his hand. But I think the draws are more important right now. We do get another couple extra 1Ks, which is good. I'll trash the Isho. Just put it on here. And then we'll swing 6 at lead. It's neither here nor there. He probably just takes this one, but we do have to win at some point. Swinging 6 here, I don't think is worth it. We are a little low on counter. It's true. He doesn't have anything too crazy this turn, though. Just a Jinbei into Nami. Reasonable, but not crazy. Only 2 swings this turn, of which we'll try and counter 1. And then we've got a good chance of taking out this Luffy, I think. Okay, plays the Sunny as well. Gets another Brook. Another Sunny as well, okay, sure. Bad Manners. We knew there's a Brook, a Bad Manners, and a 4-cost Sorrow. Another Don goes here. And then he can swing really quite large, actually. It's going to be, what, 8-8? It's kind of tough. Oh, no, he's swinging with this. So it's going to be 7-7-5. But we'll counter this one with the Sengoku. Yeah, and then this is 7 and this is 7. We're going to be taking one of these, so we'll just take this first one. And then we'll toss the Hina, and I think the Garp. I think I'm happy playing out this Garp. I think I'd rather keep the other counter. The 2k, rather. Now, we could Raging Tiger here. Raging Tiger is a reasonable option. Gets rid of Jinbei and Luffy. Can kill the Brook very easily. In fact, let's just do that now. But if we develop 2 more dudes, that's going to be pretty good for us as well. Yeah, if I can develop 2 more guys, we've got a reasonable shot of going for lethal next turn. Whereas if a Raging Tiger, I'm developing nothing. We would get to swing, what, 5, 7, 8, which ain't bad. We'd probably get 3 cards in a life. It's just, can we clear this anyway? I think I'm going to go 8 into 6, see if he lets us have it. If he doesn't, I think I'm Raging Tigering. I think I'm Raging Tigering. It's definitely better than Ice Time here. Yeah, just get rid of them. Then we'll trash a Saka. Put a Don here. We get a Kobe. It's not a bad card to have. Could be okay next turn. Alongside like an Ice Time, maybe. And then we'll go 6-7. 6-7 or 5-7? Yeah, I think I like 6-7. We don't have an event. We're unlikely to draw into one. We've already seen 3 of them. There's that Brook. That was another Brook, wasn't it? Yeah, a lot of Brooks. He takes that one. Doesn't want to use the bad manners. Makes sense. But we got rid of his board. We got 3 cards out of his hand. Sanji Zoro, pretty good. Needs a lot of Dons for any of these to have Rush, though. Okay, plays this. Reduces my Garp. So the Garp's probably gone. But both of these need... Okay, second one, I don't think is very good because you need too many Dons on these for them to have Rush. These both need Don X2. This is a mistake. That's not happening. That one is happening. I'm surprised that didn't go there and then the Nami go into the Garp or something, but the Nami just didn't even swing. Very odd. And yeah, our opponent leaves. I think he realised his mistake. You need to give too many Dons to these to give them both Rush. But even if he cleared our board there, we can clear the Sanji so easily. We can even clear the Nami as well. And then just develop 2 more guys. Or freeze again with Ice Time. Although I think the Garp Sakazuki is what I was looking towards there. Last life was Pheasant Peg. That could have saved us. Yeah, he didn't combo out nearly enough with the... he didn't get the 4-cost Luffy off early doors, which is the difference maker for this deck, to be fair. Kuzan versus Katakuri, he's taken second. This is a pretty nice going first curve. We've got Sengoku, we've got Isho, we've got our Garp. Let's just keep it, why not? Instantly chose second as well. I thought this deck generally preferred first, but maybe he's just trying to take our optimal curve. Which is totally fair. We do prefer second. I do think. But this is a nice going first curve, so I'll take it. We'll absolutely take it. Pudding comes down, grabs a 8-cat, going to be good for later. He's going to claim the 1 piece. Grabs a Pudding. Sakazuki, not a bad play off our Garp, actually. I think I'm going to toss the second Garp. We'll swing for 5 first. Of course. And he'll probably take. Indeed. Then yeah, I think I'm going to toss the second 6-cost Garp, because this is just better after you play one of these. Obviously, this costs a little less, but he has 2,000 more power, which is relevant. And you get an extra cycle. Let's toss a Garp. How good is Aramaki in this matchup? I don't think he's great. Don't think he's great in this matchup. We'll maybe take a Kobe. And a 2k. Pheasant Peck's good as well. This can be nice. I guess if we kept the other Garp, we could have Kobe Garped instead of just playing this. I'll take the Kobe, and I'm going to take a Pheasant Peck. Change my mind. We draw a Sengoku, sure. We don't have any 2Ks, but I'm not too afraid of that. I don't really know what they do on 4. Because the new Kata card costs 5, right? So yeah, okay, he's just going to swing for 7 and play out this pudding. That's fair. He's going to have a ton of cards in hand, though, so we're going to be able to E-show his ass, which is good. We'll take this. Maybe we toss this card. Maybe we do toss this card. Because then on 9, we can go 2 for Kobe to have a chump blocker and play a second Garb. It's an option. Well, we're obviously going with this immediately. Because I don't want him to, like, over-counter. Yeah, let's toss the Sengoku. Always the Sengoku. And I think it's the 8-cost Garb. And he's got a bot deck 2 cards. And then we get to draw 2 back. So we'll see what we draw. Those are not great ones. I don't really like Bluegrass at all. Ice Time is good for later. But yeah, not a huge fan of the Bluegrass. It's okay. Now he's on 6. He does actually get to double ramp, so he could skip 8-cat and just go straight to Big Mum. I guess that's the benefit of being on this curve. He can go straight to Mum. Which is interesting. We'll take the swing. Another Garb. Okay. Well, we're obviously going to Garb. We're not doing very much else with the Don. I might leave one up for Pheasant Peck. But yeah, we're just going to Garb Saka. And then we can start cycling. Seems good. We don't have to trash anything, right? No, we just play something. We just play this Saka. Draw again. Cool. Then we use this trashing Bluegrass. This gives us another cycle. We're probably unlikely to need one, though. So I think 6-7 is just better. This Kuzan's not a bad play for next turn. So we'll go 6-7. We push him down to 2, which is cool. Now, he can play 10 Mum here. I presume that's what he's going to do. No, he doesn't have it. Okay, just goes with the 7 pudding into the 8 pudding. Into the 8 Kata. This is far less scary for us, though. The triple ramp on evens into 10, or the double ramp on evens into 10 Mum. Kind of scary, because he'd have got a heal. He'd have got to remove the E-show. And develop a 10-12. Although we would have stunned the hell out of it with Kuzan. Which is kind of nice. Probably still going to play this Kuzan. We'll give a 1k here. In our Sengoku. Then we've got, what, 7-7. Are we going to need more than one more Garb? I don't think so. I think we can Ice Block. Do we have to buff first? We'll trash this Garb. Short and then draw 2k. And then I think we can take one swing. Because after this turn, we just play Ice Time. We have big defense. We're probably not playing this Kobe, though. So 2k 1k here isn't terrible. Yeah, I don't think we are playing this Kobe now. Because our board is just too full. So that's fine. We can stay at 3. And we've still got a bunch of cards in hand. Yep, board stands out. We drew another Kobe anyway. What a treat. Okay. How do we want to approach this? This guy being big is annoying, but we have the E-show, so it's kind of okay. I think we want to start by swinging with E-show, just so that this can't get value. Trash the Kobe again. Reduce this. I just don't want this to get any kind of blocking value. Sure, use a leader effect. We draw Hina. And he's going to give us 2k, 1k. Okay. Well, now we can potentially reduce the size of our swings. we only need to leave 1 Don open. So we could go maybe something like 7 with Garp. So we're going to do Garp, Kuzan. It's going to be 6. We're going to get 1 more Don so we can do... We could do 6 with Garp. Let's do 6 with Garp. Takes the 6. Excellent news. Then we'll go... Yeah, we'll go Garp, Kuzan. Garp, deploy, Kuzan over the top of Sengoku. I guess I'll trash a 2k. I don't want to trash either of these events. Just done this. Draw 1. That's immediately getting trashed. Okay, we drew another brick. Would have been better if that was the other way around, but what can you do? Then we'll go 7, then we'll go 8. Really, really good pressure. Takes that one. I mean, should have blocked there. Should have blocked there. Would have kept an extra 1k in hand. I mean, this is... What the fuck was that? He's made, like, good plays up to that point. That was an insane mistake. Not realising he can still block with this. There's the 10 mum. Does get to heal. But it's expensive. Trash is pudding. Here's the heal. Set Saka to 0. Very nice. You'll remove that very easily. There's nothing we can do about that, but we should still just have the game anyway. Swing this one into it. Yeah, that's fine. We'll give a 2k here. Suru. Sure. Hina. Then that should be the game. Indeed. It actually doesn't even have to be, because we can stun both of these, which is hilarious. But... let's just do that. We get an E-show. What a treat. And that's the game. Well played to our opponent. Was not particularly close. If he'd got the triple ramp in, or the double ramp in the big bum, I think would have been closer, because he'd had this massive body and been able to deal with some of the stuff. But ramping into this Kato, it was just simply not good enough, because we got to just play. We just played more than him, quicker. Like this Garp's really good. This Garp's really good, and it makes the sort of mid cards that you get to play off the other Garp a little bit less mid. But hey, well played, let's move on. Going to Koala of all things. This is probably a pretty bad matchup for us. Especially going first, just because they force us to take lives, right, when we play our dudes. So I'm expecting to lose this game, but that's okay. I like the E-show, but I really like the Sengoku, because we don't see our 6-cost Garp. So I'm going to take the Sengoku. He can find us more things next turn. 3 Don is the perfect turn to play this guy. And then we can even play the Chigi on 5 if we don't find E-show. Maybe find a Bluegrass. Finds Captains Assemble, ditching a Robin and a Bourse. Plays Captains Assemble. Finds a 4-cost Sabo. We get a Suru off the top. He mills a Kuma. Seems good. Let's go 5, and then we'll just play out the Sengoku. He's going to counter that one. What I want to toss here, I kind of want to keep all these cards. I think we toss Ice Time to try. We'll try and find another one later. Well, I'll take the E-show. No Garp is a little annoying. We can play Toshigi, Kuzan. I think I'll take the Kuzan. So then we have a 7 Don play. We can do Toshigi, Kuzan to try and find the Garp still. And if we find the Garp, we can go Toshigi, Sakazuki or Toshigi, Kuzan. I think we'll do that. And then end the turn. There's the Sabo. He does take... Okay, the problem with this now, though, is he just gets E-showed pretty hard. I'm going to counter early. in this matchup. Sure, Aramaki, why not? Yeah, we'll just E-show him. We'll toss the Aramaki. And I think the... I'm happy to play the Kuzan. Let's toss the Pheasant Peg. Here's to bot deck 2 cards. There's a lot of resources gone. We draw 2 back. Nothing too crazy. We'll noob check him. Indeed. You gotta noob check him, right? You gotta noob check him. 6 to 5. I'm gonna counter again. I like aggressively countering into Koala because we end up burning a load of our own lives. Right. Robin. Okay, that one's pretty annoying. We'll toss the Bluegrass and we'll toss the Sakazuki. It's not the end of the world. Then he can swing 5, and I'm gonna have to take this life. We don't have enough counter there to protect that one. Now. I really do want to get the Sakazuki down. We could just play the Sakazuki. We get to probably clear the Sabo. I think it's good enough. Drawing 2 is good. We get the Garp for next turn. We've got another Ice time. Could do Garp Kuzan next turn. Let's trash the Sengoku. Put a Don here. Draw into another Garp, sure. We'll attack the Sabo. I think I'm going to ditch the second Garp, though. Then we're going to need another one. We'll reduce this to 4. He'll let it go. And then there's no point swinging because he can just block. And then we pass. We've refilled our hand a bit, which is nice. Next turn is 9, so it's just a Garp turn. We're going to be taking a life. But this E-show on the board is really solid to start combating his board. 9 to 7. We'll definitely save that one. This is not for this matchup. And I guess I give to Shigi here. This also takes us under 5 cards, which is kind of nice. If he limp swings 5 here, I will counter again. Okay, no, we're just taking out the E-show. I guess. Yeah, I guess we're just taking out the E-show. Sure. That's fine. Invested very heavily in that. I'll take it. I'll take it every day of the week. We're going to have to take a life here. That's fine. We'll play the Garp into the Kuzan. I think we're just going to try and get as sort of go as wide as possible. So I'm going to try and swing the Sengoku as well. Garp. Play out Kuzan. Trashing Garp. Freeze this. He can make us take a life. Shame it's not the other Garp, but it is what it is. We get a Smoker there. Draw another Kuzan off the top. I think I will ditch that Kuzan to give a Don to Sengoku. We draw a Kobe. Kobe could actually be a good play here, thinking about it. Actually quite like playing that. Yeah, we can do 5, 5, 8. Get 2 cards and a life. And play a blocker. Seems pretty reasonable to me. What if I went 10 into Robin, huh? I think that's better now. Given he countered both of those, we'll just kill the Robin. And now he has 4 cards in hand, no board. We have 2 more dudes. We've got a couple 2Ks if he tries to do anything too crazy. I mean, that's fine. Don't know why we attack there. Sabo is taking a life. I don't like that. Sure, I guess I get why he did it now. That's okay. Do you know what? If we find a Raging Tiger, that would be insane here. That would be insane. No Raging Tiger. That's okay, though. I think we'll just take Counter, then. Take Suri Pheasant Peck. I don't feel like I need the Kuzan right now. We draw an 8-cost Garp, which is not a card I'm particularly excited for. Let's toss him. Put a Don on... Don swing with this? I don't hate swinging with this. 3, 4, 5, 6. We're just going to commit to not playing anything this turn. We don't need to. He didn't develop anything on his turn. So we'll go 6. And then we'll go 7. And there's the event. Then we'll go 8. I forgot this is a 6k. Should have swung with that one first. Small mistake. We'll go 7 there. Go 8. And then that should be the game. Wow, I was expecting that to be a lot tougher. I feel like the turn where he focused in on killing the E-Show, I mean, I really valued the E-Show. The E-Show was getting a lot of value at clearing his board, but I feel like it just wasn't the play, to be honest. Ivankov. 6 to 5, absolutely not. There's no need for us to take damage here. There's a Borsellino, sure. So we've got 3 blockers. I can Hina either the... Does it hit base cost? Yeah, I can Hina the Sabo or the Eva for 2 Don, which is reasonable. Definitely don't need this shit. Let's just swing like an 8 to start. There goes the Eva. Do we just Hina? We have 1, 2, 3 swings. I mean, it seems... You still have 1 block, 1 take. Yeah, you can counter 1. Never mind, he leaves. Yeah, I don't think we necessarily outright win if I Hina there. But there's no way we lose this game ever. We're just slowly eating through his resources. Yeah, we're just eating through his resources. The turn where he didn't play like a dragon or something was very poor. The choice to just stack Dons on the Robin and the leader to take out the E-Show, I don't think was a good one. Like I say, the E-Show was getting a lot of value, but then we just cleared his Robin and he had nothing. Interesting to see someone trying the new stuff in Koala, of all decks. I wasn't really thinking about this when I saw, like, the 5-cost Kuma, and I presume he's playing the 7-cost Koala as well. Yeah, it's in there. There it is. I feel like these cards just aren't good, but... Yeah, either way, well played. So, final thoughts on the list. More testing needed into the good decks. This Aramaki may end up not being worth playing at all. I could absolutely see that. If Green-Blue Luffy ends up not being relevant by the time these Starlects come out, there is a lot of weenie hate in these. Or, you know, if you decide that the Smoker is good enough into that deck that you don't need the Aramaki, then I think this card is super cuttable. You'd probably go up, like... I don't know if you go up too many of these guys. Maybe up, like, 1 Sakazuki, and then the other card should be a counter card. Either Sengoku, an extra 2k, something like that. I think there are also a couple of non-Navy cards that came out recently that you could very, very well try in this deck. Galdino seems pretty good. Going Galdino Ice Time, being a hand-neutral freeze 3 at the end of the game. Sounds ridiculous. So I could very well see Galdino being worth testing. I just wanted to try as many of the new cards as I could fit in the deck at the start. And also the Sanji. Hey, we're blue. You can always just play the Sanji. It's an option. Because you can hand scam your opponent with Isho as well. The Sanji is often better because your opponent might not have as many resources at the end of the game if you've got a couple out of their hand with the Isho. So I do think this is, again, another card that you could very, very well test in this deck alongside the Galdino. Josu's another option, but now that we've got a really important play on 6, I don't think Josu's worth it anymore. I've enjoyed him in the past, but this Garp's just too good to pass up on. And I think in the games where you whiff this, you're already going to be quite far behind. Maybe Jojo could be a 1 or 2 off to mess around. I don't know, we'll see. Raging Tiger's a meta call. It's good into Rosie. It's reasonable into St21 Luffy, for what that's worth. But if you end up just not being very relevant in the format, you can easily cut Raging Tiger and then just go again. I'd probably go +1 some counter cards. Because whilst the bricks are slightly reduced, there are still a lot of them. There are still a lot of bricks in this deck. And it can be scary when they all come together at the start of the game. Either way, thank you for watching. Let me know if you're excited for the new Kuzan starter deck. I certainly am. Thank you for watching, and I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.